All right, you guys, we back with another one, man. We got what's this video called? What are the Dutch known for? How Dutch is your life? So I know I'm just learning about the Dutch, man, since most of some of the communities I'm a part of, you know, they got a lot of Dutch people. So I kind of said, hey, I'm gonna learn about y'all country, man. So let's go on, man. I love to like learn about different cultures, man. If that's something you're interested in seeing me do, you know what I'm saying, hit that subscribe button, man, and I'll catch y'all at the end of the video. Let's go.
And Rachel from Is Amsterdam Tours, and in this video we show you how Dutch your life is. In other words, how Dutch inventions and ideas have influenced your lives, from entertainment to technology, food and drinks, and also sports.
Trust us, your minds will be blown by how much Dutch you touch every single day.
How much Dutch you touch every single day? So, all right then, bet. I've learned a little bit, you know, say if you catch my reaction to agriculture in the Netherlands, it's not the title of the video, but maybe I'll put a picture of the thumbnail up here in the top left corner. But check out that reaction. I think I know a little bit, but let's see.
When we moved to Amsterdam 13 and 8 years ago, we discovered that this tiny nation has shaped the world in massive ways.
So we started to share it with our guests from Who Is Amsterdam Tours, and they love to learn about this.
Well, I think it's time for us to get started and help you discover
how Dutch is your life.
Is your life?
How Dutch is your life? You really need to know.
Dutch invention number 1, Wi-Fi.
It's the very first question
Really?
we all ask whenever we go into a cafe. What's the Wi-Fi password?
If you remember this crunchy sound, let's thank the Dutch for the convenience of wireless internet.
But how did it actually all come about?
In 1988, a bunch of Dutch computer scientists were working overtime at McDonald's, and they had an idea. Now that we have mobile phones, wouldn't it be nice to also have wireless internet too? Call it the power of a Big Mac? Two of them, Vic Hayes and Case Links, took this question and turned it into reality. 2 years later, they developed a prototype called Wavelength, but it took them a really long time.
What does it say? A wavelength? I think I remember that. I'm not sure.
Later, they developed a prototype called Wavelength, but it took them a really long time before the Wi-Fi became successful.
So Case had for 8 years.
I mean, we all know what Wi-Fi is. It's just basically frequency, basically. But I had no idea. That was pretty dope.
Before the Wi-Fi became successful.
So Case had for 8 years a jacket with an extra large pocket to fit his laptop in order to demonstrate his invention everywhere he went.
Their breakthrough finally came in 1998 when Case had a meeting with none other than Apple genius Steve Jobs and sold him the idea of wireless internet. The rest is history.
So here's a fun fact. It was actually Case's wife, Angela, who came up with the name Wi-Fi after its original name, Wireless Fidelity.
Oh, I remember that.
Wi-Fi.
In the Netherlands, you don't say Wi-Fi. We say
Wi-Fi.
Number 2, Bluetooth.
Well, that makes sense if we just go down to like, you know, say you invented Wi-Fi, now you invented Bluetooth, so yeah.
The Dutchies are a bunch of very practical people. They like to think out of the box, like Mr. Parson. He thought it would be really amazing if we could connect one device to another one wirelessly, and we could transfer data. And ta-da, Bluetooth was born.
But have you ever wondered why it's got such a strange name?
Well, it was named after Harald Bluetooth, a Viking king of Denmark between the years 958 and 970. King Harald was famous for uniting parts of Denmark and Norway into one nation and converting the Danes to Christianity. So what does an ancient Viking king have to do with wireless communication?
Right. Because,
Well-
I mean, I'm wondering too, and then they mentioned King Herod, so,
Well, he brought things together. But that's not all. Our boy King Harold was also famous for
King
his
Harold.
dead tooth, which had a dark blue/grayish tone. So his nickname was, yep, Bluetooth. The more you know. Number 3, 4, and 5, cassette tape, CD, and DVD.
Okay, so we're 3 for 3 right now. We're 3 for 3.
10,000 songs in your pocket. In 2001, when Steve Jobs said those words, you rocked the world by inventing the iPod. But Steve Jobs wouldn't be nowhere without the Dutchman with Lou Ottens. He was the one who even put any kind of music in our pocket by inventing the cassette.
Lou was born in 1926 in the Dutch province Groningen.
So what, we
As a
4
boy,
for
he
4
was
right now?
fascinated by technology when the Netherlands was occupied by Nazi Germany in World War II. He went on to study engineering and joined Dutch gadget giant Philips, where he and his team developed the
Philips.
world's first portable tape recorder, the cassette tape, and in 1982, the very first CD in the world.
Really nice memories about buying your first CD. What was yours?
Mine was.
Yeah.
Oh, I tell you what.
Mine was
Living la vida loca.
Living la vida loca. And now back to Lou, because he didn't stop with the CD. In 1997, he and his team also invented the DVD, and then it followed by the Blu-ray disc.
Number 6, National Anthem.
I grew up in Singapore. We had to wake up and sing the national anthem every single morning in school. Now I think it's so funny that it's become an event. Whitney Houston singing at the Super Bowl, my favorite. Lady Gaga at the inauguration. It is something that we all look forward to.
Okay, this is not what the Dutch are famous for, like what you're seeing on the screen right now. But the world's first registered national anthem was indeed written by a Dutchman. Philips of Marnix wrote it during the 80 Years' War of Independence between the Netherlands and Spain between 1568 and 1648. The song is about Prince of Orange, also called William the Silent, who was seen as the founding father of modern-day Netherlands.
It's called Het no Helmus. This is the beginning.
Het na Helmus? No.
Number 7, reality TV hits. If you're a TV junkie, you might recognize these shows.
Fear Factor.
The brains behind it all, Dutch media mogul John de Mol Jr., whose first global hit was Big Brother in 1999. Every Monday, John and his team brainstorm over pizza and wine and curate the cultural landscape to bring binge-worthy hit shows from Holland to Hollywood. Number 8,
I just realized America ain't original at nothing.
Speed Camera.
I'm angry. I'm seriously angry at my fellow Dutchman, Maus Gastronides. Maus.
I ain't gonna lie, the speed camera is the biggest atrocity made by man, so I don't necessarily agree with the speed camera. I think it's trash.
Invented something which I bet also you are not always very happy about. The speed camera, guys. Why? This is my newest ticket. 52 euro I need to pay, because on the 29th of March I was allowed to go 50 per hour and I went 56.
Come on,
Really?
Mouse.
56, 6 more and 52 euro, and I don't get that. He was actually a speed car driver and he got a lot of tickets himself.
A speed car driver invented the speed
wanted to
camera.
measure his own
Interesting.
Yeah.
Number 9, the eye test chart.
So, if you're wearing glasses, you might want to take a moment and thank our fellow Dutchman, Herman Snellen.
Herman Snellen invented the original eye test in 1862.
That's cool.
Today, an updated version of the Snellen chart is still used to diagnose vision problems, making the world a happier and clearer place. But that's not all. A Dutch father and son team named Hans and Zacharias Janssen invented the first microscope in the late 16th century.
Imagine where we would be without the microscope, how many diseases we could not heal, how many things we could not study. Thank you guys for inventing the microscope.
So that we can actually study COVID right now.
And there's more. In 1608, Dutch optician
telescope?
Hans Lippershey was the first person to apply for a patent for a telescope. Unfortunately, he got his telescopic thunder stolen by Italian astronomer Galileo Galilei, who made a telescope that magnified things 17 times bigger. Sorry, Hans, but remember, the very first one who invented the telescope was Dutch. Number 12, the fire hose.
Dang, bro.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the fire hose. In the 15th century, Amsterdam.
Bro, it's like everything I do right now, everything I've done, everything I put my hands on right now is Dutch. I'm like honorary Dutch right now. Would you guys accept me into this country? Because I've been one of y'all for a long time.
Experienced two great fires. Back then it was a major problem because all the houses were made of wood, which meant that major parts of the city burned down. And Amsterdam was not the only city who had really problems with that. In 1672, father and son Jan and Nicholas van der Heyden invented the fire hose!
Weren't people using buckets of water to put out the big fires?
Yeah, lots of work. Don't want to do that. I mean, it's a good workout, but not in situations like that.
Number 13, the godfather of gin.
If gin is your jam, you might be surprised that the origin of gin comes from the Dutch jenever.
Really?
Jenever means juniper. It's a liquor distilled from
so we
flavored with botanicals like juniper.
Okay, so we reorganized the word and called it gin, G-I-N, but it was really gin.
Give it that aromatic oomph.
In 1689, William III of Orange became King of England, and he brought his love for Dutch jenever to England and made it popular. Later on, the English
I would like to taste
gin
that. See how that tastes.
Geneva.
How does that taste?
Nobody really knows who invented it. All we know is it was actually medicine. And you're gonna get a good night's sleep as well.
So remember guys, Genever is the grandfather
Genever.
of
Okay.
gin.
14, the Elstar apple.
And apple
I have
today
never had one of those.
keeps the doctor away. I remember my mom. Her name was Cashapp. She used to have an apple with her all the time. She would have it in her handbag, everything. Her snack every day was an apple. And it just blew my mind after I came to Holland that her favorite apple actually is Dutch. And this is it, guys. This is the Elstar apple. You can get it all over the Netherlands, all over Europe. It's super popular, very sweet, but also a little bit of sour. Perfect for
Oh,
apple
that's
pie.
perfect.
If you
That's
ever come to
perfect.
Amsterdam, you have to try apple pie. It's very often made of Elstar apples, and it's simply
Really?
delicious, guys. And for me, it's so much more because again, it's the favorite apple of my mom.
Number 15, Tiki Taka.
If you're a soccer fan like me, you have to know of this style of playing soccer. It's called tiki taka. And tiki taka is known as a style of playing soccer which is defined by having a lot of ball possession, a lot of movement from the players, and a lot of short passes. A lot of people think that it's Spanish because it was perfected by the team FC Barcelona. But who was the coach back then?
Let me guess. Was he Dutch?
Yeah. His name was Johan Cruyff. Not only just any kind of Dutch soccer player, it was the legend.
That style kind of looks more familiar. I saw a movie about 2 months ago. I can't remember the title, but it was I don't know about this one. I don't know about this one because it kind of the similar styles of soccer that I seen on the screen just now kind of mirrors like how they say it from Spanish, but I think it's I don't know. I ain't gonna say that.
Not only just any kind of Dutch soccer player, it was the legend, the most famous. And just look at the style which he invented, tiki-taka. Is this not mind-blowing? It's just brilliant.
In 1947, Johan Cruyff was born 5 minutes away from the Ajax Stadium, where he would eventually become a legend. Inspired by his football-loving father, Johan started playing for the Ajax youth club at just 10 years old. When his father died 2 years later, he decided to become a professional player to pay tribute to his dad. And boy, did he sweep the world away. In 1971, Johan was named the Dutch and European Footballer of the Year. He became the coach of the Ajax team, leading them to multiple victories. In 1973, FC Barcelona called. From there, he invented the iconic tiki-taka.
And more than that, he was also an Amsterdammer, which means a lot for our city and especially also fans from Ajax Amsterdam. This is also the reason why we named our biggest stadium of Ajax Amsterdam after Johan Cruyff. So it's called the Johan Cruyff Arena. If you ever here, visit it, you can really feel the legend. If you're a soccer fan, it's definitely highly recommended to do that.
And finally, we have same-sex marriage.
The last invention we want to share with you is not really an invention, but something the Netherlands were first in. It is a topic which is very close to our hearts because we want to share with you that we are actually a couple. Yay! We've been together happily for 3.5 years. This right that we can just be a couple here is very, very special. And the Netherlands did something on the 1st of April in 2001.
And that was no joke. After the stroke of midnight, the Netherlands became the first country in the world to legalize gay marriage when the mayor of Amsterdam, Joop Cohen, officiated the weddings of 4 gay couples at the city hall.
He told the couples, there are 2 reasons to celebrate. You are celebrating your marriage to each other, and you are also celebrating your right to be married.
After the ceremony, pink cakes and pink champagne was served to the happy guests.
That look like
the
some good
world's
champagne.
first pink communion.
Yay! Yay! What a special day that was. From that moment on, guys, 29 countries also legalized the gay marriage. And to be honest, that's great, but it's not enough. We believe that it doesn't matter where you're from, what your skin color is, what your gender is, what your religion is, what your sexual orientation is, we all have the same rights. And we too are very blessed to live in a city which is living and breathing it. It doesn't mean that we don't have any problems here anymore, but Amsterdam again was the first city and the Netherlands the first country in the world who legalized the gay marriage.
That's it, guys, for this list of Dutch inventions and ideas that changed the world.
We are now, of course, super curious how Dutch your life is. What surprised you the most? So leave us some comments below.
If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to our Who Is Amsterdam Tours channel for more Dutch stuff and Amsterdam stories.
We are Alexandra and Rachel from Who Is Amsterdam Tours, and we're looking forward to see you in our next video.
Spent a lot of time listening on that one. Didn't really have a lot of opinion on that one. Pretty much everything I've ever done or ever came across, I gotta blame the Dutch for it. So yeah, I think I'm like 15 out of 16 outside of the stalker taki. That's cool. That's cool. So man, post your comments down below, man. What else? How Dutch is your life, man? How many did y'all get right? How many do you didn't get right? But cool to be learning about the Netherlands, man. Catch y'all later. Peace.